seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Nothing touches the heart like my venom.
Good evening, ladies and of the ESL 1 Thailand group stages. It is MLP Dota and the lovely Poglet Pog. How you doing this evening, mate?
I am doing great. I am so excited to see this game. We hyped it up enough. We talked about how important these games are, especially this series. Series 2, obviously, quite important, but Series 1, still or die for these teams. And looking at the draft, both teams have put their best foot forward, in my eyes. They've both picked something very solid, very in comfort. Nothing too ridiculous, as sad as it is to say. I wanted to see some more clowny Dota, but drafts, it's close. You could see our analysts were panicking. They were worried each way. They weren't quite sure of their selections, and that just goes to show how close these two teams are.
If any teams are watching, by the way, you one, of course, Adroit.
Drafting alone, I prefer team trusts, to be honest.
Well,
I think the Conquer pick is the Chen against what I believe will be the mid Doom. Just looking at the people of heroes. Timber has a sad or a slow start. A lot. Venomancer is an absolute pest in the games as well. Obviously, reducing the health regen quite a lot. Even I don't think it's going to be enough. So it could really for 6 to see there's just a lag issue. with the servers. Obviously, we'll be playing on the Guangdong server, so Adroit might be a slight disadvantage.
Slight.
Being it doesn't mean Boomy misses his... Which is... until he gets the Manta plus Basher or Manta plus 1. So they really need Boomy to be massive here.
You know, Poggle, we've been here for days now. I've been watching you very carefully. And I've noticed you're not wearing...
I wore one. They was... To tell you the truth, I have 2 flowery shirts. I ripped one, and the other one I haven't been bothered to iron. I promise you Saturday. Saturday, when I'm back here, obviously I will miss tomorrow. There we'll have Seek and Strike Winter Cup.
Viewers have had enough. As far as I count, I am the viewers, and I would like some flowery shirts, if that's possible. Seek and Strike Winter. Still.
I do absolutely promise I'll have a flowery shirt. It would be nice to have a bit more flair. Obviously, New South Wales are known Waratahs. It's on our emblem and all that. I'll have a bit of...
Puta, Noel, shit.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the first game. Apologies about the delay, but we are finally here for Adroit versing Team Trust for game number 1.
I reckon you shouldn't apologise. They got more knowledge from Jenkins. He's a god when it comes to game knowledge, straight up. I appreciate his videos so much. Even if that one was on the medium to lower end, like the more approachable videos he's made, they are so good just for really in-depth game knowledge.
I give
Props
it
to
to
him.
him. Yeah, I mean, I've been climbing a lot of MMR by watching Jenkins' YouTube channel, so I give it to him. These tips are fantastic.
He's absolutely broken videos.
That's the wrong guy. That's another guy.
No, they both say it. It's ridiculous. It annoys me so much whenever the word broken comes up in a Dota video. Ugh.
Shout out to Speed. Fan of his as well.
Both
Still.
of them, just they're terrible for it.
Well, they're good at, they're good with Dota knowledge. That's what's important. As long as people are gaining MMR.
That's true, actually. I love seeing people excel, and obviously we're going to see the best of the best here in some of these matchups. Maybe not the best example to show, but a Doom vs Kunkka matchup. It's probably one of the most boring things you can watch.
Well, tell me about it. Who is meant to win this matchup? Because I'd assume it should be X on the Kunkka. That might have the advantage, especially after the nerfs that Doom received today. Not as much regen on the Devour.
Yeah, I mean, I think even before the nerfs, I'd give the props to X anyway, purely because I think Tidebringer versus a melee hero is insane to deal with. Like, you can see how much damage it has, but he's going to lose a deny here, I believe. Not careful. Oh, that's nice. I like that a lot.
Torrent play from X. Already see a bit of a rotation out from Boomy very, very early on the Earthshaker, but he'll go for a bit of a TP up top. And so they're going to run Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane up at the top lane aggressively, and that'll leave you and Ben Soy down at the bot lane to just solo up against each other.
Yeah, this is alright. I don't mind this with Ben Soy. Obviously, it's very hard to kill a Timbersaw if you have no burst damage, but top lane, we might see XMP first.
Trouble, and he's getting surrounded. MCY just blinks in for a very nice first blood on the anti-mage. And you really can't ask for a better start than that if you're this AM.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're in a favourable matchup too. I think Spec vs AM is slightly favoured. You're not going to kill each other because we're the hardest carries in the game. But definitely AM gets his farm, and AM can excel quicker in my mind because of the Battle Fury build-up versus, I think it's still a drum build-up for Spectre, but to tell you the truth, I haven't seen it since the patch at 12 PM today.
Yeah. It did get nerfed, it may not be as viable, but then you kind of ask yourself on this Spectre, like, what else do you get if you can't buy drums? Do you again with that Meteor Hammer build that we were seeing for a little bit?
Oh, maybe. There was a time where Sol Ring was the build, but I just obviously peeked his items and he has got the drums queued up.
Top lane, MCY, try. Round.
Yeah, especially as a Timber. Damage to them, they hit 0.
Very, very true.
Like, look at it, he's actually healing more from it than if he didn't get hit at all.
Just Timbersaw things. See how they deal with him later on. Still, UU will continue freely farming up, but you can see Ben Soy is trying to deny his own wards off at least, so understanding the value of those wards now, just not allowing them to go down for free.
Yeah, I think he let a few slip at the start, and I think he realized that they were going to just farm them, but top lane.
XMP on the Crystal Maiden just can't survive the damage output, especially if she gets bishop blocked like that by this Earthshaker. And, well, now your Spectre struggling. They've got the Purge creep available. She can't run away. She's getting body blocked by CML and purged every time they can. And that means she is going to die.
I think CML deserves that kill. That was 6 body blocks. And for those wondering, obviously the Purge on the Satyr Banisher has a 3-second cooldown and lasts for 5 seconds.
Radiant's courier has been
Oh, the balance in this game. It just, sometimes you wonder.
I mean, balance in all things, man.
Right? Right.
Mid lane, though, I believe Mac could die here if he gets hit by the turret.
Oh, he's in trouble, Mac. He's very fine. Oh, the Tidebringer hit from X was a bit off target, and now Boomy getting a Fisher off into X, and he's going to die to Mac. Adroit, they're not going to tip X for that.
They really should, man.
They really should.
Oh,
that was a huge misplay out from the Kunkka.
That's just like, you could tell what he was trying to do, try to get that attack, but he didn't do his directional pathing quite right. But Boomy, we talked about his Shaker being fantastic. He made that kill possible.
Every time. Chase down Cheng Feng now. Boomy again going to rotate. Doesn't have the Fisher, of course. He just committed. Still, just forcing the squad to run around doing nothing. In top lane, they do get a very important kill. XMP.
And bot lane?
At the bot lane, the Venomancer goes down as well. Yu ends up killing off Ben Soy. But that's actually 2 massive kills for the side of Team Trust Adroit. I mean, the AM pickoff, I couldn't really imagine it happening.
Yeah, it's quite strange to see. Obviously, the Mask of Madness is a questionable build for that exact reason. You silence yourself, you can't blink away, and they can do enough damage with the XMP Frostbite.
But he's surrounded now. They should have this kill. Frostbite going to come out. They want to give it to the Spectre, and they will. Pick up. See Mac on the Doom now, just taking stacks in the jungle. And it's a nice little way to escalate your farm on this Doom. Just use that Scorched Earth and, of course, the Devour.
Yeah, he had the Arcane Rune as well. Unfortunately, he didn't get that last Scorched Earth off in time. But yeah, you're right. A bit of farm. He does take these stacks before the 7-minute mark, though. Doesn't get the benefit of all the neutral items. I say that, 701 pops and he instantly gets a neutral.
Iron Talon as well. You couldn't really ask for much more.
Did he send it home?
We'll have to give it to MCY, I assume.
Nah, throw him under the bus, man. Use it and then send it back. Give it to him on cooldown.
Speaking of MCY, he went for a Mask of Madness
Dire's
build.
bottom tower is under attack.
I mentioned I'm a bit surprised. It's why he died, by the way. He silenced himself with the Mask of Madness and killed himself with it. I don't hate it. I think it's quite interesting to see. We saw God King as well, putting Mask of Madness on everyone. But you can see, like, how often do you see MCY or any anti-mage for that matter
Dire's
taking
bottom
Ancients
tower is
at
under
8
attack.
minutes?
That's a really good point. Like, it does enable you to farm a lot faster, and the thing is as well, you can always disassemble it later on. And I believe you could make a butterfly / satanic with those items.
Yeah, you still can. You can also make an Echo Saber, which we've seen before. Stuff. I
Dire's
don't
bottom
want to
tower
see it
is
this
under
game,
attack.
but you know, it's a possibility for the people that don't like building tanks. So
Echo Saber AM. Who knows? Let's see.
like I said, God King did it. Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, Battle
Dire's
Fury,
bottom
AM.
tower is
When
under
you even
attack.
Halberd too. Like,
When you tell me God King does it, I believe it straight away. Like, if there's anyone that's going to do something wacky, it's probably going to be God King. See if we do see the same from MCY. Still mid lane, they are going to start grouping up here. XMP, slightly spotted there by
Dire's
Mac,
bottom
but they're
tower
trying to
is
make a
under
play
attack.
onto the Doom now. They don't have the hookshot yet on your clockwork, but they're just going to run in with the battery assault and the frostbite. Now getting the cogs off. CML is right there to help out. The boat will fly in. He is a tanky target, however. Mac still surviving. He pops the drums. He'll make a run of Boomy. Gets in with the Echo Slam. He'll get the clock. He'll get XMP. And now X is on the run. Swartz to slow him down. MCY blinking forward with the Mask of Madness and X. I don't think he gets out of this one. No, they're not going to be enough. MCY getting a double.
what a
Radiant's
base,
middle
honestly.
tower is
Like, I
under
thought that
attack.
Doom was dead for sure, but Mac, he had no problems in the world with his 16 health regen with his drums, early purchase. Cleans it up, and straight off the bat, we're getting excited by Boomy Earthshaker. That was the pretty much perfect Echo Slam you can have pre-blink.
I'd say so.
He hasn't tagged it up rather than a blink
Dire's
dagger.
bottom tower is
Look
under
at that in a
attack.
second. We've got a bit of a highlight here. It was
Radiant's
really
middle
surprising,
tower is under
Mac,
attack.
being able to just survive through all this damage output, but Brace's drums Still a thing, and Boomy taking advantage. Great play out from Adroit. We're saying this Earthshaker being played by Boomy is rushing an Aghanim Scepter.
He has now changed to a Yules, which I do appreciate more, but again, no Blink Earthshaker sounds very strange to me. I feel like he's just going to bounce between items and bait us all and then just build a...
This will come in handy.
Dire's bottom
Nothing wrong
tower
with
is
that.
under attack.
Why? Gonna run into UU. ML will avoid him. Boomy, it's about that time he starts saving up, and I mean, surely he's just gonna go for a blink. Like, he's got 1.4k gold there. You'd think he...
Radiant's
clarity.
courier has been killed.
But I think you're right. He's getting closer and closer. This will be a 13-14 minute blink tag in the way he... Which for a pos 4 is insane to think about. One more team fight where he doesn't die and he has a blink tag. All while this AM is just AFK farming. They're not too worried. I think he's going to go the Battle Fury as well. So they don't have a massive issue going late game against the Spectre.
Radiant's
Obviously,
middle
Conquer
tower
will
is
start to
under
scale
attack.
down, Pivotal scales down, and it becomes a Spectre versus anti-veg kind of game. So it'll be interesting to see when Adroit needs to start fighting in their mind. But a bit late.
Whoops. Go on to Ben Soy. The boat does connect. XMP is going to pop the ulti from the CM. And it's going to be enough, but she's going to go down. No. Great deny out from X. Perfect timing from the Kunkka. Very, very nice pick-up, and it's been a bit of a rough game already for Ben Soy. The easiest time no matter what lane he goes to.
Yeah, I mean, he did get the sacrificial lane. It's the 1v1 versus Timber masterclass on how to hate your life, pretty much. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, if any good Timbersaw player will win a 1v1, no matter who that one player is, no matter what hero it is, Timbersaw.
Bot lane being committed, they have you. And there are plenty of creeps around and just keep him stunned up by CML and MCY. Commits the Mana Void, takes the kill. That might be his third kill of the game now, the Anti-Mage, if not fourth.
Sixth.
Sixth, okay.
Yeah, in that big fight in the mid lane, he actually cleaned up 2 there, so we
Dire's
didn't
top
quite
tower
recognize
is under
MCY's contribution. But this is huge right now for Adroit. They've got the farm on 2 heroes, the Doom and the AM. Mac, obviously we just saw the Blink Dagger come up quite quickly, a bit faster than normal. SAP stats, shout out to Daredevil Dota, he's doing
is under
that.
attack. Dire's top
But
tower
now
is
it's
under
a
attack.
question of when do they want to go, with the next Doom, or if they want to go a bit quicker than
Hard to tell, right? Because MCY's clearly indicated he wants to fight a bit earlier on with his item build as well. So it does feel like once that next Doom's up, you could just go
Dire's
again.
top tower
It's not like
is
the
under
Spectre
attack.
can really fight back at the moment either.
Yeah, Spec drums plus Yasha. Spec is quite fun himself.
Dire's
Top lane.
top tower.
They get the T1 tower, now the chase on for the clock, and they do get him, but he cannot get the Spectre. He's just fine to get out of there. Mid lane. Boomy gonna cop a boat. XMP still going now with the Frostbite and the ulti, but no, it'll be cancelled off by Boomy. He just runs out of them, but X with a Haze Strewn gonna try and chase.
He's so tanky already. Boomy just ate 4 or 5 spells to the head, and he still has 800 health.
Rush in onto XMP, and you know, I said he was going to ignore the Yule Scepter and go for the Blink, but I'm completely wrong. He is actually going straight for the Yule Scepter.
I understand it because
Dire's
obviously
middle tower
you've got the
is under
Doom
attack.
blinking in, you've got the Venomance to slow down these fights, and generally speaking, Spectre's going to try to jump, and Clockwork, as we just saw, was trying to get into the front line. So I get the Yule Scepter. I do want to see him eventually go Blink. It's pretty much got to be the next item. Needs to be the initiator. You can't rely on Doom in the game to do everything for you. Even if Doom is so far Max been playing pretty much perfect Dota. 204, 8k net worth. He's only getting beaten out by the Master Madness AFK farming. Mid lane though, they're going to see a Clockwork kill, so
They do.
Mac, another
easy
freebie.
kill. Doesn't have to commit the Doom. XMP got Nova, I think, but won't be able to get in range of Mac. Take himself an Arcane rune now, and you know, with that Arcane, you can try and actually go after the Spectre kill if you want. Does still have the Doom available.
Yeah, I would actually like. I think you're right. I don't want to see Mac waste this Arcane rune too much, but I think he might just be able to find X here.
Frostbite Nova. Now supposed to fly in, but there was no X out, so he just goes for the Doom on the CM, trying for the easy kill. She may get denied, and she does. X does get a very nice denial from the Kunkka. Max still trying to fight, going after the Spectre now. They get the stuns off, multiple stuns in fact, and Ben Soy will come in with the follow-up damage on the Venom. Now CML gonna be in a spot of danger and does also die to X. But you just lost your Maiden and your Spectre for the sake of a Chen. I'd say you're pretty happy if you are Adroit.
Yeah, Chen sans creeps as well. Obviously, I can see the 3 creeps still farming, so they didn't lose much at all. They kept pretty much everything they needed to. They used the Arcane Rune on the Doom as well, so it's a 60-second turnover for that.
Ben Soy, top lane, gonna get hooked on and should be dead. They have the torrent there, still trying, but no. Get him, Ching Feng, the one to set that one up with you.
Nice little pick up. Make that fight a bit better for you. You're still definitely behind, because like I said, AM again did go up. That's a Battle Fury Mask of Madness. And
Radiant's
already,
middle tower is under attack.
Oh! Look at that! It's an Echo Saber!
Wow,
are fortified.
you must be a bit of a prophet, Mr. Poglet. You know exactly what's going on here. MC,
I
why?
said he shouldn't go. I said God King did it. I don't know if I want to see it, but you know what? If at first it succeeds, you might as well try it again.
Yeah, why not? Burmy, mid lane getting caught. He was trying to protect that DD rune. Yules? Does get the Yules off in time, but surely there's no way out, and there is not. Doesn't bother committing the Echo. Was Ben PML were the only ones nearby to help, and didn't really bother.
Speaking of item builds I want to talk about, the Kunkka, he has a Shadow Blade as his first major item. I haven't seen this in a very long time. This used to be the build that you go max Tidebringer, one-shot whack machine. Like Shadow Blade, Daedalus.
Good old days. Yeah.
So it'd be curious to see why he's going this. Obviously the chain creeps is quite solid, but outside of that, it's not that great.
Getting the Chrysalis. It's actually working towards the Daedalus somewhat. So that build you just kind of mentioned, it may be coming out here from X. Because it's going to be a spectacle for sure. Of course, looking back at the Spectre, towards that Manta style now, is very close to the Ultimate Orb.
Doesn't have an item. Why is he doesn't have an item? Because I'm seeing an Ocean Heart.
Classic positive.
Greedy Goblet.
Classic position 4, still the neutral item, doesn't say anything, doesn't tell the carry.
Furled your sails, but good.
X.
They use the boat combo, the DD. Tidebringer does so much damage to him right now.
Pick off, doesn't matter. Mid lane Juice going down the bot lane, Echo being committed, Boomy trying to fight back up against the Spectre, and our clockwork Ching Feng to be able to get Boomy on the Shaker. Gonna go for the TP play, but MCY does have the Mana Void available. It's gonna end up being a 1-for-1 on those position 4s.
I think we're going to give MCY more props right now. Level 17 against the Spectre as well. He has 9 kill participation.
CML, he's got that creep, the Chain Lightning, but has to let him go. X won't bother coming in.
Another mistake there, he doesn't hit this once again. I think that's the 3rd time I've seen him forget
The
to
Max just commits Doom onto XMP every single time he gets a chance, and he'll take the kill. I'm not sure if I agree with that, using a big ultimate like that on a position 5, but it seems as though Mac just wants any kill he can get.
Yeah, I mean, if it sets the tempo, right? If it's just one of those team trusts, this is how we feel about your draft right now. We don't care about your cause, we're just wanting to create space for MCY. And you can see he's going SM Line now as well, and he has the People's Gift. So he's going to be incredibly hard to kill. He's going to have about 2,000 health plus, obviously, the Morbid Mask and the extra lifesteal from Sanj and Yash. I should specify, the extra life and Sanj and Yash, not the lifesteal.
Wording can be hard.
I think I chose the wrong words anyway. I called something.
Hookshot was actually on a Spectre Illusion. The Haunt Illusion blocked the hook onto the Doom, so CML is going to be the one targeted. Oh, a bit of a shame there. Mac would have probably been caught out.
He does have a BKB blink, so it would have been quite hard to kill him. But you're definitely right, forcing out a BKB would have been much better than killing him.
Sure.
Lifesteal. That's what it's called.
X.
Radiant's
Gonna
middle tower
invis,
is
and
under
he does.
attack.
see Mac, but he will ignore him from now. They pop the jumps instead, going into the tree line where Ben Soy is pretending to be a tree. Bit of a banana tree here, and
Why doesn't he TP out?
well,
Ben Soy?
it's working, Poglet. He's a tree. Trees can't TP. He's just gonna
Radiant's
stand
top
there
tower
and
is under attack.
He has boots of travel. It would have cost him nothing, and now he's got.
oh, he's gonna tell them as well. He's gonna send the message like I was here this whole time, and you guys missed out.
I actually love that. That's a VM play.
Oh, Mac goes back in onto XMP. He doesn't want the timber. He wants the support. Mac, you've got to hit the CM now. He pops the BKB and does get the kill. Now onto UU, who's going to try and make a run. Doom available, but Mac will have his stun in just a second, and there it is. CML now with the Amper. X forced to throw the boat in. Back onto Mac, and Mac is going to get bursted down very, very fast. Now CML probably wishing he wasn't here, as he has no way out of this situation. Maybe he does. MCY is coming in.
Radiant's middle
Boomy.
tower is under
What about a
attack.
Fisher? Ben Soy, he's restarting the fight.
That's 1,200 mana missing on the tip saw. Right? Don't want the kill. Oh man, the
Radiant's
hatred for
middle
CM
tower
flows
is under
deep
attack.
for Mac, and he kills himself this time. This is the first time he's actually been punished for the CM hatred.
I don't know what XMP's done today to upset Adroit, but they've done something. So, see if they keep aiming this Crystal Maiden. I mean, I'm sure XMP's more than happy to take all
Dyer's
these
middle
dooms if he
tower
needs
is
to.
under attack.
Yeah, definitely, and the panelists mentioned it before. It's not like these teams would scrim often. Of a Southeast Asian team, one China team, they don't often verse each other in tournaments. They don't often verse scrims just because of ping and verse each other by bot. I don't understand where this hatred could have come from. It's just, it boggles my mind, to be honest.
Why? Not going to go for the Roche, just back to farming on this AM. Got the SNY, I love to see it. And so it must be a Satanic being built now, right? With that Morbid Mask. Just go for the status resist build.
I wouldn't hate to see him go a Basher first, Butterfly first, but I think Satanic is quite solid.
Fun. Gonna throw the hook out with the Cons pushback, and now X himself. MCY gonna move forward. X, can you catch him out? They commit the horn, and he cannot blink out in time. A close call, however. He almost got out of there.
Very strange play there.
Radiant's
The way he
bottom tower
like
is
waited.
under attack.
I don't think he realized he didn't get X'd. Like he heard the X go off and just started wailing on them rather than TPing straight away. Like he could have blinked out in bot lane. We're gonna have to see Spectre.
Well, they've got a Daedalus up on the Conquer now. They've got to be careful. Mac might need a way out of this.
Radiant's bottom
Just
tower
walk.
is under attack.
X
XMP hate.
is going to go for the X onto Ben Soy. So he's going to cancel it off. But now the boat will come in. Poison Nova is expended. That'll be enough. Boomy, no, he blinks in now. He has the Echo and he does commit onto XMP and does get the kill.
Radiant's
That'll
middle
be it.
tower
X
is under attack.
on the Kunka might actually die. They're controlling him up with these Chen strings. He's actually dying. X turns around with a Tidebringer hit, does get the kills. Now Boomy being caught out by our Clockwork. Ching Feng does get another, but now Mac jumps in with the Doom onto the Spectre. Off the BKB, they get the deny. No, Mac, he ends up getting the kill. And just TP's out. Torrent, not gonna time. BKB duration just a bit too long. Another messy team fight.
Another terrible team fight. But if either of these teams win, we have to ask in the winners interview, what the hell has XMP done to Team Adroit? Because it's now not just Mac, Boomy straight Echo slammed him as well. There's some serious hatred here because understandably it's a kill, you want to take it. Yes, you did hit with the Echo as well, but that was just a huge Echo on a support. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah. All supports out there never get any love. Pro players.
Do you want no love or do you want this level of?
Well, I guess you're right. But sometimes you just want attention, you know? Just want your core to tell you did a good job warding or something.
That's fair. I mean, right now, I think I've said XMP's name more than any other player in this lobby right now. Just in this one game, just XMP. We're giving you the love, man. We're showing our appreciation for your gameplay, and that is to die for the boys.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bottom job. Courier was killed off there. It was Ching Feng's Courier with a 4-star going down. 14 Trust. Still Adroit, they do hold a 9k, make it a 10k net worth lead at 24.5 minutes, so things are still going very well. But I've got to ask you, Poglet, do you ever get worried about the Spectre just going too far into the game and just becoming a complete...
I mean, I'd be just as worried about MCY right now. He's level 21 versus the level 16 Spectre. I think Spectre obviously is harder to get levels for solo AM. But
Bensoy goes down, UU. Able to pick up another kill on the Timber Sword.
as I said, it's going to come down to the other cores.
Mac showed himself for a second, but blink out.
The Doom on Mac?
Certainly is. They go straight after Ching Fong. Hogs are going to be out. Frostbite will hold Mac back, but they pop the drums. They want to continue the chase. Mac, who's he going after with this Doom? He could try for UU, but he sees XMP, and you know he wants to chase him down. There's the Fisher coming out. XMP, he'll pop the ulti. Tries to do the best he can to survive this. In fact, chase forward now. They'll take the fight, but Fermi gets a huge echo off. It's just not enough damage. He will go down on the Earthshake.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they will back off. I think they saw X have a DD rune and were like, DD Daedalus, I'm out. But MCY's back.
He is. He wants to keep going. CML's going to be in huge trouble, however, on the Chen, and does go down to X. Now MCY just has to blink out of this team fight. I think the side of Adroit, they're kind of underestimating how much damage X is doing on that Kunkka at the moment with that Daedalus. It is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that DD, he's hitting for 300 base, and then obviously hitting towards the 800-900 Sidebringer. And some of these cores aren't very tanky on Adroit. It's only Mac and MCY right now that have health under their name.
Might be able to get the deny off in time, and it looks like they'll try and back. No, X ignores the clockwork. Go deny the clockwork, Sir Mac. A great blink out of the X. And look at this. 40 HP. Does he survive? No, he does not. On the last tick of Doom, he will go down. And he died alone, which is very upsetting.
XMP wasn't there to save the day, wasn't there to eat the Doom. Man, where's this CM player? He's avoiding the Doom.
Here we go again. Spectre will show himself to Mac, but won't really bother trying to do anything against him at the moment. You can't really blame him. With that Aghanim Scepter up on the Doom, it does make it a very scary predicament now for the Spectre, as you do just have that inbuilt break with that Infernal Blade.
Yeah, inbuilt break that lasts for seconds on the burn duration as well. That's right now, because obviously the burn is 5% max HP, not current HP. So they can really chunk down their heroes like Timber Sword.
That's a 3-man stunner.
Echo.
And now with the Fisher, Fermi, no, he's not going to go for the Echo yet. He tries onto UU. XMP going to come out of there. Matt, next up, hookshot going to be out as well onto MCY. MCY still blinking out. Mac is also okay. He pops the BKB. Fermi still trapped in the cog, trying to get out. Fisher, not going to be there in time. He'll go down to UU on the timber. Now Mac, Mana Void, MCY, not really getting anyone with that. Mac will go down on your Doom. They do lose Ching Fong. In fact, Bensoy, he gets a second edge on the Kunkka does die. Now the Fisher and the Echo being committed by Burmy, and MCY blinking back in. The Gale, it did connect on our Spectre. It's going to be just fine to TP out of there. That's a team fight that looked really bad to the side of Adroit, but Bensoy at the end on the Venomancer actually kind of bringing it more even at the end.
Yeah, definitely. Boomy did put the buyback though. So
Vaunt, I believe it might be onto Bensoy, and it was. Dagger gonna connect, but they could not continue trying to chase his kill instead. They'll go after CML, but he is also being protected by Burmy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They'll all just be fine to their way out, and that Haunt will be on cooldown for another 2 minutes.
yeah, 2 more minutes and we get to see another clown build from MCY. He's actually split the SMY he has. He has Manta Halberd, he's building a Silver Edge. What is happening in this game, MLP? I don't know.
That is straight out of God King's book, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just looking at this, I love it because at the start of this tournament, we made this huge deal about AMs playing the same way, all AMs build the same, play the same timing, same game. Pretty much did the same thing every time.
Yep.
And these pro players have heard it. They're like, you know what, we're sick of it. We want to see some changes. We want to see your pubs get ruined.
Yeah.
Because if you build this in a pub right now, that's a Shadow Blade on an AM. Someone's going to A, report you, B, send you an all chat message being like, you need to die, or C, we'll have to watch from bot lane.
Bensoi doesn't last very long.
The
X with that
devil to
Tidebringer
pay.
hit again is just hitting very, very hard. The net worth graph hasn't really changed. Adroit, they are still 10k ahead, and that is pretty much all on our anti-mage. Yeah. 1k net worth anti-mage, by the way, 7k ahead of our Spectre. Why? It's just not stop hitting creeps this game. He just keeps
Dire's
going.
middle
And
tower
that is
is
also a
under
level
attack.
25. Goes the mana void cooldown. Makes sense in these kind of games. Timbersaw obviously will be spending most of the game on low mana. So if you can get 2 mana voids off in this fight on this kill someone off the Timbersaw rather than just killing the Timbersaw.
Very true. Big Funk getting a cogs off on Mac. He'll commit the Doom onto the clockwork, but Mac is getting very, very low. Still guarding Preschool, safe for CML. Burmy, he jumps in for the Echo, but it is not going to be great. He does go down to the Torrent Storm of X. Now the buyback from Ching Fong. XMP trying to lead, but does go down. Now MCY, man fighting the Spectre. The boat will fly in, connecting on to MCY. He's able to blink out, but CML is probably not going to be so lucky. In fact, never mind, the Haunt comes in, and they'll clean up both. Team Trust, they are starting to look very, very good in this game number 1.
Yeah, definitely. You talked about the net worth. After that, it's a 3.5k swing, plus whatever farming ability you're going to have after champ. This is going to be an awkward Roche though, because Spectre's not the greatest hero for it. It's going to take a bit of time. But you have 30 seconds. Everyone from Adroit getting cleaned up, bar Bensoi, who does not want a bar of this Roche fight.
Kind of walking
Dire's
towards that
middle
mid lane,
tower
but
is
there's
under
just no
attack.
way. Test this.
Your
Protect the mid tier 1. See that Aegis now available for the side of Team Trust. It's a real concern, right, for the side of Adroit. Like, you're losing these team fights with Spectre now, and she's 10k behind
Radiant's
your
bottom
AM.
tower
What's
is
going to
under
happen when she
attack.
catches up?
Dire's middle
I think
tower
she's
is under
closed the gap to
attack.
about 6 now.
Dire's structure.
So it's not quite as bad, but yeah, you're right. It's one of those things. Spectre's going to do more with her farm when it comes towards the late game. Obviously, Haunt Illusions, plus if you end up getting the Mantle, which she has, the eventual Ags, Roche, if you get that far. Spectre will definitely do more, and this is peak AM right now. One more item and AM pretty much full slot. So yeah, it's quite a worry for Adroit right now. They have a lead, yes, of course, but they need to be able to get these team fights on their favour. You saw Boomy got the Echo off, then he got hit by the Torrent. Couldn't really do much outside of that. And MCY came in too late. The Doom was already dead. Mac couldn't help in that double core.
Props to Team Trust, by the way. They haven't exactly been grouping up for Burmy, though. That hook shot, not going to land, but X does still get the X off. Yule's going to be X, but a great torrent placement from X. Burmy will commit the Echo, trying to survive. But how do you get out of this one? He'll commit a Fisher. He does have the Spider Legs. Here comes MCY to try and help out with the break onto the Conquer. X still trying to get out now. Can he, however? He is out of mana. Boomy, he's just fine on the Earthshaker. He has not died, but there goes XMP. Going down to Mac. Boomy now does lose his life, but the Doom does come out from Mac. They want to take the team fight, and this Timbersaw is not lasting long, but the hook shot is out from Ching Fong, delaying things. Yu, he does die. Now Poison Nova will be expended by Bensoi. They find another on CML. MCY still chasing Ching Fong in back. Well, they got the Aegis at least,
under
Adroit.
attack.
Ching Fong still not dead to MCY. How is this even possible? Does finally go down.
And now it's Spectre versus the world. I wouldn't be surprised if they just start, I was about to say, running at him. Bensoi obviously
Radiant's top tower.
just on the Gale.
They're still going. Manta pops MCY. He wants the kill. Mana Void will be committed, but they just don't have the damage output.
Radiant's
Do not
top
have the
tower is
lockdown
under
either.
attack.
And that's about to change. The AM doesn't really want buyback, doesn't
Dire's
care about
bottom
that.
tower is under attack.
He wants the basher, he wants to be able to stun these heroes down. I think that kind of stung him, watching Chingfu just like run around him
Radiant's top
over and over
tower
again.
has fallen.
Would have hurt. Fierceful. Definitely going to help things out here for MCY as they just really need that added lockdown on this AM to ensure he can kill somebody off ASAP.
Yeah, and on the other side, that appears to be another Daedalus coming through for Kunkka.
Very nice. I love the fact that he's got a Divine Rapier queued up as well, by the way.
I'm a bit nervous that he's going to go Rapier first. And I think if you go Rapier first here and you lose the next Roshan, obviously that's 5+ minutes away. You lose that next Roshan, the game becomes... Because they can commit everything.
Have a stat, by the way, on how many Divine Rapiers have been bought so far throughout ESL 1 Thailand? Because I feel like there's been quite a few.
I'm just going to need the stat man to save my day here. I talked him up. I gave him props earlier. I know he can hear us because we make jokes about it all the time. So if he doesn't save us now, he's in the bin for the rest of the morning.
Come on, Dan. Enough smoker breaks, mate. Time to work.
I mean, it's not like he's going outside. He's in New Zealand right now.
True.
He's not going anywhere.
Better be inside. X. He's looking good on this Kunkka, but so is the Spectre. Ben Soy. Cop the Tidebringer into the X. Of course, he does have the Yules, but X is very good at waiting for these Yules to end and does get the torrent off with the boats to fly out. No matter what he does, no way out of that one, especially once you're at the water park. That's a lot of torrents. Hookshot, mid lane. If you go onto the Doom, Mac had trouble surviving the past few fights. Luckily for him, they won't have the lockdown and he'll be fine. Run his way up.
I'm surprised to see them not actually go for that. Obviously, MCY not being there. They probably could have echoed under the creep wave and potentially killed the Timbersaw. We saw, like you said, the water park went off on the top lane.
Yeah.
But more P to create that one.
Has fallen.
He's even got the better one. He's got the ghost ship fleet now.
That is, oh, alright.
New traction in the water.
Right, mid lane. Mac again going to be hookshot here from Ching Fun. He pops his BKB. There's the hand of God out. Mac still just trying to get away from the Spectre. In fact, he gets stunned up for a second. Mac! I didn't realize they were going to take him out that fast. Now Ching Fun. Down more. CML on the chin. Trying to stick around and help his buddies out, but going to be no good.
And I saw MCY has actually cut the wave, so if they fortify this wave here, they won't be able to push anymore. So I'm surprised to see Adroit not doing exactly that, because you're going to allow some damage to the tier 3.
Oh, hookshot out. Caught Burmy this time. That's the third hookshot in about the last minute that he's landed perfectly, and that's 3 kills. The buyback from Mac will be there, and from CML, they'll commit the Doom on the Timber, but the Lotus Orb is going to reflect it back, and now the boats are flying. Mac, what have you done? He'll go down, that'll be a dieback. MCY, still trying to fight. We'll turn back around onto our Spectre. Drains all his mana. Now back up to the clock. Oh, and there's the Echo Boomy. His blink got cancelled. He'll blink in now, but the Echo's already gone, Boomy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, it's just...
And they used the repair kit early already, so that's not going to be on cooldown for the next 30 seconds.
Oh, they'll Spirit Vessel up UU, but he's fine to chain out. Abyssal, MCY at least gets the XMP, but now it may cost him his own life, so they have the control. There'll be a torrent out, but he will blink.
They had no vision for the Shadow Blade. Silver Edge, I should say, but they got out that way. Oh man, they did everything wrong in that base defense.
Yep.
Mac doomed himself. They repair kitted early. Boomy Echo slammed the floor to make a little pretty show onto the high ground. They didn't lock down anyone. MCY wasn't in fight. They might be able to pick up UU here though.
Silver Edge is going to break the Timber. UU out of mana, just can't chain away. He still has the Soul Ring, but it's going to be doing no good. MCY be able to mana void, and they will give him the tip on the Timber. Adroit, even after that really rough team fight, might still be feeling very, very confident here in this game number 1.
Oh, they should now. They found an illusion. Okay.
Oh, of course they did.
It's not too late though. Spectre might find one for her own. They might get lucky there. But I mean, every time I cast and I see an illusion-based hero, they seem to get lucky and get an illusion. It's almost fate that they have to get it.
Every time. Before that, it was the Paladin Sword
under attack.
that every carry used to get, especially if they were winning.
To tell you the truth, I haven't seen a Paladin Sword in a couple games.
They may have nerfed the drop rate and just not said anything. Potentially.
I feel like there'd be a lot of complaints if they skewed drop without telling. Players are very much...
Radiant
we understand the
are scared.
game's broken, but we need to know how broken the game is.
P. All props to this man on the CM. 5, 11 to 15. Hookshot is going to be out, and who have they caught there? It's going to be Ben Soy. I was giving props to the CM, but Ching Fong, the last 5-6 hookshots have been perfect.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you need from your Clockwork. Obviously, Clock is very underfarmed. He's sitting Spectre, but
Radiant structures
I say CM
are
rather.
fortified.
But playing near perfect over the last 15-20 minutes, like you said. And he's a real nuisance too. It's so hard with these 5-second BKBs if you get hooked. Spectre.
Doom will be committed. Mac wobbling forward with the stun out, connecting on 2 actually. They'll actually go up to XMP, who does pop the ulti and block the staircase. Still back onto the Spectre. Mac chase him down. That Doom is about to wear off. They've lost XMP, but that's all they've lost. Adroit want more than this. In fact, Mac is going to get turned around on now. They're going to try and put him back down, and he does go down. MCY has to be careful. A great torrent into a great bow. The Echo will do nothing. And CML, he is the only man left standing for Adroit, but not for long. X will get a double.
Yes. I don't know if you realize that, but X is also protected 1100 damage.
1100.
Anti-mage.